Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Talk Construction. I'm your host, Emmett White. Thank you for taking the time out to tune into us this evening. We have a great lineup for you this evening. Have the guests, we have the president from the Bahamas Public Service Union, President, Mr. Kimsley Ferguson, and we also have Mr. Phillip Bowe, Marketing Director from Stone Oak Home Expo. I will introduce them as soon as we come after this break. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to apologize. We had some technical difficulties. Got that all sorted out. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We will be right back after this break.
Are you ready to build or remodel your home? Then you don't want to miss the BPSU and Stone Oak Expo in Nassau on March 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Experience top brands, shop exclusive deals, and meet face-to-face with suppliers, all in one location. The BPSU and Stone Oak Expo is where your house becomes a home. March 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the BPSU Hall, East Street South, opposite the Esso gas station.
Due to the high cost of remodeling an existing home and building a new one, many clients are asking whether it's better to renovate their home or build a new house. Well, we have the solution for you. Attend Emmett White's Self-Build Homeowners Educational Seminar and learn how you can save from 25 to 45% off your new home construction or renovation costs. It's an event you don't want to miss. Follow our Facebook page at Emmett White 242 for updates on when the event will be held in Abaco, Freeport, Grand Bahama, Exuma, Eleuthera, and Nassau. Make plans to attend now so you can be informed on how to save thousands of dollars when remodeling or building your new dream home.
Are you planning on building or remodeling your home, but afraid of being ripped off, overcharged, or receiving substandard workmanship? Then you don't want to miss the Emmett White First-Time Homeowner Educational Seminars. Don't become a victim. Attend the event, ask questions, get answers, and learn from one of the industry experts. Follow our Facebook page at Emmett White 242 for updates on when the event will be held in Abaco, Freeport, Grand Bahama, Exuma, Eleuthera, and Nassau.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Construction, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I have a special guest, Mr. Kimsley Ferguson, President of the Bahamas Public Service Union, and Mr. Phillip Bowe, Marketing Director for Stone Oak Home Expo. Ladies and gentlemen, the show Expo is expected to will take place March 30th. Right there in Nassau, the city of Nassau. It promises to be a great expo. I would encourage you all to come out and see what's happening. You're going to have a lot of stuff going on. I would not preempt what my guest is going to say, but I would say I'm excited. There haven't been an expo in the country for years, a little over 10 years. And you're going to see everything happening down there. All right. But first and foremost, I would bring on Mr. Ferguson. He would go on and let you know, the part the union is playing inside this event. Mr. Ferguson, welcome on board.
Good afternoon, Mr. White. Good afternoon, Mr. Bowe. It's indeed a pleasure to be a part of this awesome endeavor that's going to take place and that's going to empower our members as well as the general public. Mr. White, as home ownership in the Bahamas is increasingly complex, our goal at the BPSU is to provide our members and the general public with the necessary resources, along with empowering them with the correct steps they should take when planning to build or remodel their dream home. In pursuit of this objective, we're hosting our annual Homeowners Expo in partnership with Stone Oak, Bahamas developers, on Saturday, the 30th of March, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We've also partnered with yourself, Mr. Emmett White, to host the first time homeowners educational seminar for our members and the general public on the April the 13th, 2024. I would also like to take this opportunity to invite our members and the general public to come out to the expo on the 30th of March at the BPSU Hall, East Street South, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I want to encourage you, bring your job letter, bring a recent pay slip, and 2 government-issued IDs, because there are going to be quite a number of exciting individuals that are going to be there to assist you and empower you and guide you in the area of becoming first-time homeowners.
Brother Ferguson, I think first of all, I would like to also say thank you for bringing me on board to educate the consumers and especially your members on the process, on the correct process of building or remodeling their home. I think I believe it's a great thing, especially that the union has a mass, not a mass set of workers, who embark on building and have already built and may be in the process now of carrying out some remodeling, new construction. So I believe what you're doing and what you're embarking on is timely. It's very good. Like I always state, learn now or pay later. And what I mean by that is, if we don't empower, your members, you will find later on down that even though you put these mechanism in place, they are being taken advantage of. So that's key. I am happy that you decide on doing that, and that's a good form of leadership. I commend you on that.
But Mr. Bowe, I am so thankful for this opportunity because we would have heard the various horror stories, being that home ownership is one of the biggest investment that any of us would make in our lifetime.
Yes, it
and
is.
for these particular things to go south, we take our life's investment and we plant it into these things, and then there are individuals who act very irresponsibly and have a disregard for our life savings. And so I want to thank God for people like yourself who are there to guide and direct us, and ensure that a number of missteps that could be made are not made moving forward. So I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, thank you as well, Mr. Ferguson. I received that, and just like Emmett said, I mean, for you to do events like this, I wish I had attended one before, because I have a lot to share. But I thank you as well for the opportunity.
And I was smiling in a bad way. I as we speaking off air, I looking forward to bringing you on one of the shows, so you as a homeowner could share your recent experience. All right,
Yes,
it's nothing better, than hearing it from someone who has recently experienced. Building a home should be an enjoyable thing. All right, but for many, it's a horror. All right, and if I could, as a building contractor, if I could share the secrets, all right, and some great tips on how to avoid, being placed in certain situations, that will, that means a lot. All right, that means a lot. So I like I was telling you, I've seen the situations where a lady literally went crazy. She flipped out.
Wow.
She flipped. Husband is there. I mean, the whole thing went south. All right, the contractor, he walked away. She had to refinance. She couldn't deal with it. I mean, it was a life savings right there.
Yeah.
So, not everybody can handle it. All right. Not everybody can handle it. So,
which is why, here at Stone Oak, we're very happy to be a part of this. This is our first time doing it, but we're happy for like I mentioned, Mr. Ferguson, and also gentlemen like yourself, Emmett. But yes, Saturday, March 30th. March 30th is when this is all going down. So everyone has lots of time to prepare themselves, to prepare their calendars. It's going to be at the BPSU Hall, March 30th. That's a Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's an all-day event. Again, there are no excuses. You both mentioned earlier about empowering and passing down the knowledge. And so we want to encourage persons to bring their families, to bring their children as well. There's going to be a kids corner, but separate and apart from that, I also believe that it's our responsibility to pass it down to our children. I wish I knew something before I jumped into this boiling pot of water. But it wasn't something, I guess, my parents, even as a young adult, thought it was necessary, but it's very necessary to educate our children.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Brother Bowe, I want to ask you on some of the exhibitors that you have down there and at the expo. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to build or remodel your home? Then you don't want to miss the BPSU and Stone Oak Expo in Nassau on March 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Experience top brands, shop exclusive deals, and meet face-to-face with suppliers, all in one location. The BPSU and Stone Oak Expo is where your house becomes a home. March 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the BPSU Hall, East Street South, opposite the Esso gas station.
Are you planning on building or remodeling your home, but afraid of being ripped off, overcharged, or receiving substandard workmanship? Then you don't want to miss the Emmett White First-Time Homeowner Educational Seminars. Don't become a victim. Attend the event, ask questions, get answers, and learn from one of the industry experts. Follow our Facebook page at Emmett White 242 for updates on when the event will be held in Abaco, Freeport Grand Bahama, Exuma, Eleuthera, and Nassau.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Construction. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I have on tonight is Kimsley Ferguson, President of the Bahamas Public Union Service Union, and Mr. Phillip Bowe, Marketing Director, Stone Oak Home Expo. The show will be held in Nassau, March 30th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mr. Bowe, so can you tell the audience what to expect in terms of exhibitors? I don't have to go into too much details. I mean, you're going to have any contractors, any banks, or any particular banks? I know some people have their favorites in some banks. So any particular brands that are going to be down there?
All of the above. Well, in terms of banks, for sure, I know that Bank of the Bahamas and CIBC will be there for sure. Scotiabank should also be there. Which is very important. Insurance companies, but you have a long list of companies that will be there displaying their products, which is a really great thing because persons will have a chance to actually see and touch and truly experience these products before making decisions, big decisions. Like you guys mentioned earlier, sometimes this is your biggest life decision. So this is essential to see these products before you actually install them in your home and to see what works best for you. You get to talk directly to the contractors. Yes, contractors will be there. This is important, Emmett. This is important, Emmett. Like you started to say earlier, persons need the right contractor. So it's important to just be able to have a conversation, to meet persons, and choose the best person. You'll have a chance to talk directly to the various suppliers. But I encourage persons to do their research. If this is your first time, if you're a first time homeowner, or even if it isn't your first time, things change. We always have to educate ourselves. Things change. We can't always assume. And make sure come with the questions. And again, this is happening Saturday, March 30th. We will have Adler Realty will be there. A representative from Adler Realty will be there. Water and sewage will be there, which is important. Certain things are required. I want to encourage persons when they come on out to bring just bring identifications, 2 forms of identifications. I mentioned earlier that banks will be there. There's certain things that you'll be able to do right on the spot with these banks and these various companies. Job letter would be required, pay slips. So if you have these items, bring them along. That way you can knock things out. Because as you gentlemen know, we're busy during the week, and to carve out time to go to these banks or to go to these places to do these things is sometimes impossible, especially in the traffic that we have. So everything will be right there for you. You buy, we sell will be there. Connect Bahamas, Cable Bahamas will be there. Cable Bahamas right now, the fiber is the big thing. I don't know if any of you gentlemen have fiber in your areas, but I do, and I love it. It's awesome. I could replay something if I missed it.
Oh, it's awesome. It's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
Symphony Fencing will be there. Bahamas contractors, someone from Bahamas Contractors Associations will be there. And this is a free event. I want everyone to know this is free. So again, bring the entire family. It's an all-day event from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's no excuse. We're giving you lots of time to plan. But you want to bring the kids out. I mentioned before how important that is. But there is going to be a kids corner, so it's going to be a lot of fun for the entire family right there at the BPSU Hall.
Question.
Definitely.
Question, Brother Bowe. Would you have any realtors out there as well?
Yes, I mentioned Adler Realty would be there.
Okay. All right.
They're the ones I know for sure. But again, we have lots on our list. Just we have some time to still confirm for sure exactly who all will be there. But again, I want to encourage the public to be there. I mean, it's nothing like I mentioned before. I'm a first-time homeowner, and I didn't know much. And if you don't ask the questions, you're not going to get the information. No one is going to volunteer information. It's sad, but it's true. I remember asking a question. I won't say who I asked the question to, and I'm just like, well, how come I didn't know this and that? And they said, well, you didn't ask. So again, people, I want to encourage the general public to do the research. Especially if it's your first time, and come with the questions. Come with the questions for sure.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, it's something we spoke when we were on the break. You mentioned you said, I saw owner's rep. That's another show for another time. But just to touch on it, right? That's something the homeowners should be knowledgeable of, because you're asking the contractor, you asking certain. As a contractor, I mean, you asking contractor, you asking me. I'll use my example. If I want to be deceptive, I would not give you the correct information.
Isn't that so?
Oftentimes, most contractors, they just want the job. Now,
and it happens. There were times I felt as though they were taking advantage of my ignorance, and not that my wife and I were ignorant of the fact that we're not smart or we're not sensible, but it's just so much we didn't know. And you're depending on your contractor, and you're depending on your lender, and you're depending on your plumber, you're depending on your electrician to be honest and transparent and to give you the best advice. And sometimes that just doesn't happen. So this is the event for you. If you feel you're going down that pipe, or you just don't want it to happen to you, this is the event to be to.
Right. And instead of Brother Ferguson, just to chime you in, when I think about the large membership you have, and what they have experienced prior to this coming into place, this still would be a help, an asset to them. The fact that they might be considered on remodeling. Some people get discouraged. And some person say, "Oh, I just gonna buy. I want to build." Listen, no matter how the cat you cut it, if you purchasing,
Either way.
you still run into a similar situation because you don't know what you're purchasing.
Either
All
way.
right. So
Mr. Wright, it's amazing that you would say that simply because, we have a lot of single mothers out there who have the challenge of ensuring that the kids are properly reared and educated and taken care of. And at the same time, they have the responsibility of trying to provide a roof over the heads of their children. And so, with this being said, a lot of them are exploited in the area of building and renovating. And so we here to cover them as the Bahamas Public Services Union. We're here to ensure that nobody takes advantage of them. And so that is one of the reasons we are on board to become educated so that we can guide along with yourself and other persons from the building trade on how we can protect our people. We also want to play a role in ensuring that persons can qualify for mortgages. And so it's really extensive what we'd like to do. We are in short order getting ready to embark on a building program in Freeport. And so more to come in the area of construction and building for the Bahamas Public Services Union, because we want to partner with the government of the Bahamas to provide homes for Bahamians and persons in the workforce, and particularly the public service and the general public.
Good.
And this program, I mean, the first time homeowners seminar, Brother Ferguson. Listen, this is ideal for what you're embarking on. All right. This program seminar is so detailed. It can extend into 2 days. All right. Because it's a step-by-step process. It allows the consumer to understand, the process of planning before you even go to the bank. I would say even when you engage the architect. All right. I often say, and I tell the homeowners, I say, listen, even to an $8 million project. All right. I'm talking about a large project. Details are missing. All right. Oftentimes homeowners, they're excited, and that's nice. It's just nice. You're going to have your home built. You're excited. You see the blueprints, the drawings, the rooms and everything. But you as a layman, there's a lot of information that may not be there. At times you send it to the builder, the price. All right. And before you even go to the builder, you should already have a budget. How do you get your budget? I spoke to a homeowner a few weeks ago. She's like, "Oh, I'm ready to build. I want to. I'm getting some pricing." All right. I said, "Did you get your budget?" She said, "Yes, the contractor provided me the budget." I said, No, darling. It's not the contractor job to provide you with a budget. All right. You need to have your own budget. He already given you the price of what he could charge you. All right. And then there's another myth where persons have it for years, over 30 years. Oh, how much you charge a square footage? That is one of the biggest mislead. All right. You go into there, you ask for square footage price. Wrong. All right. That's the wrongest thing to do. I would not get too in depth on that, because we'll run into another show, extend the show. But it's wrong. All right. The only time you can use a square footage if you're building, you're asking a person on a square footage. If you're building a home identical, you're flipping that same home. So you already have all the components, all of the bill of quantities and everything that is associated with that cost. But you don't know exactly how much that next project is going to be. All right. So it's misleading. And then what happened is you found that when they go to the bank, they find out that, okay, they qualify for this amount. And one or two items were missing. So they run to over, the cost. It was a cost overrun. So it's a lot of information with homeowners, right down to the scheduling. I had a show on that. A lot of homeowners are not aware of it. As a contractor, many contractors, you just put a a pay schedule together and they lump everything. I'll just use one example. They will say, okay, with the foundation, you'll have but 10 items inside there. All right. And you don't know, and those 10 or 15 items, you cannot say when either one of them will be finished. And what happens? You would pay that lump sum out if it's $80,000 for that first stage, but sometimes 20% of that is not completed. So it lapped over into another project, another task. All right, and keep lapping. And that time you're thinking everything is going pretty good, but unfortunately it's not, because time as you reach the last stage, most of those tasks are not completed. And this is something what happened to the lady I told you a few years ago who freaked out and went crazy. All right. Unfortunately, many of the banks don't come out there. They don't come out there and do the inspection. You have these guys who come out, the inspectors, the appraiser, and they have in there. I went to court with a couple clients, and they walk away scot free because the banks wash their hand and say, "Listen, we didn't do the inspection. You sign off to have this appraiser do the inspection." We in court. The judge read the inspection report. He said, "Okay," he said, "to the best of his knowledge." All right, that's to the best of his knowledge. You walk away scot free. So you have persons in the industry. All right. I don't mean to be taken away from what we're talking, but the expert. But you have persons in the industry who are offering their service as an expert, and they're policing you. And like you said earlier, Bowe, the person's like, you didn't ask. So as an owner's rep, the owner's rep asks, and the smallest now the Bahamas is, you need a third party. You should have a third party, which is the owner's rep, who is totally apart from the contract, who acts in your favor.
Just like any other business transaction, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So that I said that to say, Brother Ferguson, is it timely with the mass membership that you have? There's been no excuse, for them to miss out. All right, on the seminars which you have partnered with me to put on for them. I mean, it's they will benefit at the end of the day and leave. When they leave those events, they will be empowered, and they could sit with a contractor and we talk the same language.
Well, Mr. White, this information is extremely pertinent at this time. And, we want to emphasize March 30th, 2024 at 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. down at Each Resort Hall. But we also want to emphasize that we're going to partner with you in our first educational seminar on home ownership and remodeling and so on. And so I want to invite, because I mentioned earlier the challenges that a lot of single parents may have, this is really an event that the women themselves want to come out to. Yes. Women they're so meticulous when it comes to their homes. And so we want them to come out and to become educated and empowered on and to learn how to speak the language of the contractor, to learn how to read a plan, to learn how to know when all the plumbing, roughing, and electrical roughing is in place. And so this is a golden
opportunity. Have the best necessary tools.
And we are so happy to have partnered with Stone Oak and yourself to make sure that this happens, so that our membership, the Bahamas Public Services Union membership, is not exploited in these particular areas.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be on board as well.
Add to that, Emmett, if I could. I mean, as you gentlemen know, a happy wife, happy life. I mean, to all the men out there listening, if you were thinking, okay, construction and renovation, this is a man thing, a macho thing, please put that aside and bring your wives. This is very important because you don't want to make any decisions really without her. To be honest with you, you want her at the expo here at Home Oak. We've made sure actually that persons are going to be able to touch and feel and see things, because you don't want to. Sometimes we make decisions and we have them installed, and you don't want your wives to be like, "Oh, I don't like it anymore. It's not as functional as I thought," and because that will never end.
Yes, right.
I think one time my wife probably wanted to divorce me was during the process of acquiring ownership and the renovation. I tell you, it's a lot. It is a lot.
Gentlemen, I think this directed to Brother Ferguson. Anthony said, "What about single fathers?" you know.
Well, yes. I don't want to exclude single fathers. Again, particularly a lot of our men, sort of versed in these type of things, and you cannot very easily swing Bahamian men. But again, we want to also ensure that the men come out and become educated in this particular regard. We don't want anybody to miss out on this golden opportunity that's going to empower you and educate you so that you can walk through this experience of home ownership. I can remember when we got our home, it was a delight to be able to walk in with a minimal amount of challenges in that home. And so we want to make certain here that our members, when they engage home ownership or renovation, that they're going to be able to walk out of there without any shoddy workmanship. And we're going to make certain that all the persons who are engaged to carry out your work, we're going to have Mr. White on our side to guide us as to how and when these particular stages ought to be dealt with and when payments ought to be made. So again, I want to encourage all of you, men, women, like Mr. Bowe indicated, bring the kids out. There's going to be a kiddie corner, 30th of March, 2024, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., East Street, South Hall, Bahamas Public Service Union.
So, gentlemen, we have one more break, and then we can come and when we return, we can do a closing remark. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you ready to build or remodel your home? Then you don't want to miss the BPSU and Stone Oak Expo in Nassau on March 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Experience top brands, shop exclusive deals, and meet face-to-face with suppliers, all in one location. The BPSU and Stone Oak Expo is where your house becomes a home. March 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the BPSU Hall, East Street South, opposite the Esso gas station.
Due to the high cost of remodeling an existing home and building a new one, many clients are asking whether it's better to renovate their home or build a new house. Well, we have the solution for you. Attend Emmett White's Self-Build Homeowners Educational Seminar and learn how you can save from 25 to 45% off your new home construction or renovation costs. It's an event you don't want to miss. Follow our Facebook page at Emmett White 242 for updates on when the event will be held in Abaco, Freeport, Grand Bahama, Exuma, Eleuthera, and Nassau.
Are you planning on building or remodeling your home, but afraid of being ripped off, overcharged, or receiving substandard workmanship? Then you don't want to miss the Emmett White First-Time Homeowner Educational Seminars. Don't become a victim. Attend the event, ask questions, get answers, and learn from one of the industry experts. Follow our Facebook page at Emmett White 242 for updates on when the event will be held in Abaco, Freeport, Grand Bahama, Exuma, Eleuthera, and Nassau.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Construction. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'd like to apologize for the late start. We had a minor difficulty. We're about to close. Brother Bowe, you would like to make a closing remark?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. First of all, thank you again, Emmett and Mr. Ferguson, for this opportunity. We're really excited here at Stone Oak. We're really excited about Saturday, March 30th, about this event because it's the first one for us, first of many to come. But again, I just want to let the public know that you need to be there at BPSU Hall, East Street South. That's right opposite the Esso gas station. It's a free event all day Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So even if you say, if I find a babysitter and whatnot, everything's taken care of for you. You have the kids' corner, everything will be there. Banks, like I mentioned, will be there. You want to come with your questions because, again, there's so much you don't know You want to find out from the bank. So, what is it going to cost me out of pocket? I know I'm getting this mortgage, but what else is it going to cost me? Let me tell you, I did not know. I was going to spend so much, thousands and thousands of dollars out of pocket. So you want to ask the questions. Real estate agents will be there, which is big. Contractors, we talked about that. But again, solar panel companies would be there. Window, door technicians, air conditioning technicians, painters, the utility companies, mentioned water and sewage would be there. And again, I want you to take advantage of being able to do everything right on spot. Public, everyone who can hear me, please. Come on out March 30th. Bring 2 forms of identification. You never know what can happen. We're making it easy for you. You don't have to worry about making an appointment to go and see someone at the bank through the week, and all the hustle and bustle. Bring 1 or 2 pay slips, a job letter. It wouldn't hurt. Just have it there with you. But you want to be there March 30th, which is a Saturday, all day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Whether you're first-time homeowner or you're doing it again, anybody whether you're building a new home, you mentioned before, it doesn't matter. Building a new home or you're renovating, it doesn't matter. There are things you need to know, but more importantly, products. You get to see all of these products. You get to touch them, feel them, experience them, see what makes sense for you and your family. We mentioned before that home ownership is probably one of the biggest investments we'll make. But not only is it the biggest investment, it goes on and on and on. I mean, my home is something I leave for my children, years and years to come. The benefits are endless. Even if one of my kids, a few years, my oldest son will be going off to college. Let's say I'm in a position where I can't afford that. Being a homeowner could be a benefit in that regard. So a lot of benefits that people don't know. So again, I want to encourage the public to do the research, but come with your questions, come prepared, come with the whole family, March 30th, Saturday, March 30th at the BPSU Hall for the Home Owners Expo. You don't want to miss it.
Thank you, Brother Bowe. Brother Ferguson, would you like to chime in?
Yes, in closing, I want to say thank you again, Mr. White, for having us, and Mr. Bowe for being so expansive. Again, the challenges of home ownership in this country has been something of an experience for us who are not so versed in what should happen. And so, again, we want to say thank you to all of you that are listening in today. And we want to entreat you to come on out on Saturday, the 30th of March, 2024, from 10 to 5 p.m., East Street Sound Hall. Mr. White, you mentioned something last night as we talked about the self-build. I want to say to all of you out there, this is an experience that you as a homeowner can become intimately involved in the details of constructing your dream home. And so, along with what's going to happen on the 30th of March, during April 13th, there's going to be that educational seminar with Mr. White. I want to entreat all of you, come out and let's become empowered as we pursue the dream of home ownership.
Thank you, Brother Ferguson. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also be attending the event. So if you're in the process of building your home, costs, bring your drone down. I will do a quick view of it for you and advise you at no cost. But however, please, you have to schedule it. I'm only there for a limited amount of time. My number is to the bottom of the screen. You could always send me WhatsApp, and I will schedule you in so we could sit. I'm hoping that Brother Bowe could provide me with a space to review some of your plans whilst I'm there. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, at no cost. Thank you for tuning in to us this evening. Do enjoy. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Good night, everyone.
Are you ready to build or remodel your home? Then you don't want to miss the BPSU and Stone Oak Expo in Nassau on March 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Experience top brands, shop exclusive deals, and meet face-to-face with suppliers, all in one location. The BPSU and Stone Oak Expo is where your house becomes a home. March 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the BPSU Hall, East Street South, opposite the Esso gas station.
Due to the high cost of remodeling an existing home and building a new one, many clients are asking whether it's better to renovate their home or build a new house. Well, we have the solution for you. Attend Emmett White's Self-Build Homeowners Educational Seminar and learn how you can save from 25 to 45% off your new home construction or renovation costs. It's an event you don't want to miss. Follow our Facebook page at Emmett White 242 for updates on when the event will be held in Abaco, Freeport, Grand Bahama, Exuma, Eleuthera, and Nassau. Make plans to attend now so you can be informed on how to save thousands of dollars when remodeling or building your new dream home. Due to the high cost.
Are you planning on building or remodeling your home, but afraid of being ripped off, overcharged, or receiving substandard workmanship? Then you don't want to miss the Emmett White First-Time Homeowner Educational Seminars. Don't become a victim. Attend the event, ask questions, get answers, and learn from one of the industry experts. Follow our Facebook page at Emmett White 242 for updates on when the event will be held in Abaco, Freeport, Grand Bahama, Exuma, Eleuthera, and Nassau.